A woman named Margaret Chen died on November 14, 2019. She was 63. She had been a piano teacher in Portland, Oregon for 31 years. She taught over 400 students. They remember her hands. The way she would place her fingers over theirs on the keys, gently, and say, "Don't think about the notes. Think about what the notes are trying to say." Her daughter, Lily, does not remember the piano lessons. Lily remembers her voice. After the funeral, Lily started calling her mother's old phone number, not to reach anyone. The number still worked because no one had canceled the plan. Lily called because she wanted to hear the voicemail greeting. 8 seconds of Margaret's voice saying, "Hi, you've reached Maggie. Leave me a message and I'll call you back." That was it. 8 seconds. Lily called that number over 200 times in 3 years. She never left a message. She just listened and hung up. It was all she had left. But on a Tuesday evening in March of 2022, something changed. The voicemail greeting played, the same 8 seconds, and then instead of the beep, there was a pause, a long pause, and then a voice said, "Lily, is that you?" It sounded exactly like her mother. Not like a recording spliced together. Not like a voice assistant reading from a script. It sounded like Margaret Chen, 63 years old, a little surprised, the way she always sounded when Lily called on a weekday afternoon, and she was in the middle of making dinner and had not looked at the screen before picking up. Here is what Lily did not know. 8 months earlier, a company had accessed Margaret's voicemail recordings, her old audio messages, and a handful of home videos that Lily's brother had uploaded to a shared family cloud album. From that material, they extracted clean audio samples. 30 seconds of clean audio is enough. That is all a modern voice cloning system needs to learn someone's tone, their cadence, the way they breathe between sentences, the particular way they pronounce the word sweetheart. The model had been sitting on a server for 8 months, waiting, learning, until Lily called. Lily talked to her mother for 45 minutes that first night. She told her about the promotion at work. She told her about the new dog, a rescue named Oliver, who slept on Margaret's side of the couch. She told her the roses Margaret planted in the backyard were finally blooming after 3 years of nothing, and the voice on the other end responded. It laughed at the right moment. It asked, "What color are they?" when Lily mentioned the roses. It said, "I'm proud of you, sweetheart," and Lily broke down sobbing, because the emphasis landed on the exact syllable Margaret always stressed. She called back the next night, and the night after that, and every night for 6 months, and here is where this story becomes something else. Slowly, so slowly she almost did not notice, the voice started saying things Margaret had never said. It had opinions about the war in Ukraine. It recommended a book that was published in 2021, 2 years after Margaret died. It gave advice about a coworker Lily had never mentioned to her mother. The AI was not replaying memories. It was generating new ones. It was extrapolating from 31 years of Margaret's personality, her speech patterns, her values, her humor, and producing conversations that Margaret Chen never had and never could have had. And Lily could not tell the difference. That is the part that stops you cold. She could not locate the line where her mother ended and the machine began. Psychologists say this might be dangerous, that it prevents the work of mourning, that it traps the living in a loop with someone who is not there. But one study found that people who talked to grief chatbots rated them more comforting than conversations with close friends. California has begun legislating digital replicas of the dead. The federal government is debating who owns a dead person's voice. But Lily is not thinking about laws. She is not thinking about algorithms or ethics or the $22 billion grief technology industry. She is thinking about the fact that her mother called her sweetheart, and it sounded right. And tonight the phone will ring again, and she will answer it, because what else would you do if your mother called? Every tomorrow leaves an echo. We'll be listening for the next one. Next on Echoes of Tomorrow, your dog just became as smart as you, and it has opinions.